Welcome back, baby. This is Shonen Pulse, episode 51. As you can see, it's a two-man show. Knox couldn't make it here tonight, but it's all good. Hopefully, he'll be here next week. As usual, we got a bunch of manga to talk about. It's me and Papa Traffy. Say hello to the people.
Hello.
Yeah, we here. We're talking about stuff. A couple things are short this week because a couple manga on break and whatnot. But on this podcast, we talk about manga. Like I said, Chainsaw Man, Centuria, Dandadan, Shangri-La Frontier, Gachi Yakuza, Ranger Reject, Ichi The Witch, Kagurabachi, Jujutsu Kaisen, Modulo, and we also read over comments and stuff like that at the end if you're interested in that kind of thing. Uh, I'm gonna keep it light today, man. Just hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. We got membership set up and stuff. Also, check out our own personal channels, which are down in the description. And if you hit the subscribe button, it'll show my channel and Traffy's and stuff like that. So if you want, come support us. Go show some love to our other channels. We read the comments. Like I said, we're gonna be reading them at the end. So if you got something to say or want to hear, our thoughts or whatever, just feel free to drop some comments. We'll respond to you and also read them on the next episode if, it's a crazy comment. Anyway, jump into it. We got Centuria, chapter 83. How you feeling, Traff?
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it, but this could possibly be my chapter of the week. Um,
Ooh.
yeah. So what this chapter did is it set up so much more within the world of Centuria because it's like, okay, this other nation is, of course, obviously aware of Diane, and they're going to be wanting her because, she's supposed to kill their rival nation's king. And then on top of that, kind of like going on about characters and misconceptions, but I'll talk about that part a bit later because that's at the end of the chapter. Um, yeah, just overall, such a great chapter because even when it starts, it kind of starts lighthearted with the reveal that Lucas is the Supreme Lord's son and the jokes between him and Lacrima. It was just overall such an enjoyable chapter. Like there is its ups and its downs, and it's like emotional ups and downs.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I just realized I forgot to read the chapter title. So, boom, web of convoluted intentions, and yeah, there is a lot of intentions kind of being thrown about. We don't know what people are thinking and what they're planning and wanting, and we're in this situation now where it's like, thanks for saving us, but like, why did you do it, and why did you cut off? Why did you potentially cut off passage for escape or whatever, and this coming off of the backstory stuff with Altis and Zira. This is obviously a breath of fresh air. Jumping back to our protagonist side, but they they're like the title said, they're caught up in this web, and it's like, who do we trust? And there's a lot of things that people want to do. Like I was very shocked that what Julian wanted to talk about was how to save Atoria. Like that was the bottom of my list. Like I get that she saved TT, and he wants to repay that debt, but I wasn't expecting that to be kind of like a sidebar conversation. Like, yo, like everybody else, go take a break. We're gonna talk about some business, and it's like, yeah, I want to find somebody to like heal your person. I thought that was cool. Um, Very unexpected from Julian, and I guess in a way that also kind of puts him. It should put him in better graces with Lalawag, who I don't remember this name being used. Like when I was reading Lalawag, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then I had to like Google it, and I was like, "Oh, I guess that's her name." Like I know she is the Margrave, but I could have sworn her name was something else. So like, maybe I'm just misremembering it.
I think usually when we talk about her, we just refer to her as the Margrave. So I don't think we like use her name enough to remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen her. With like breaks between the show and like the manga. I think it's taken a break or two, and just we've had like backstory stuff. So we've been away from the main crew. I want to say like maybe like 3 chapters like in universe, but we probably also had some breaks in between there. So it's like I guess it's something easy to forget. What'd you think about Julian, not Julian, but Lucas's gift being the same thing? This, to me, this kind of feels like maybe he has like a God of War type of gift, since he says the horse and the spear are the same. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know because I was thinking about that, but I didn't really come to any conclusions because it's like, is it some kind of material control that allows him to do this? So it's like a suit of armor that shifts into different items or whatever, or maybe it is some God of War gift.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning at first. I do like armor that can just kind of like mold into whatever it needs to be, because then I guess that would mean that he didn't actually become like a centaur or whatever. Maybe just the armor took the shape of that. I'd had to go back and look because it's been a while since I've seen the like horse chapter. But yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about that back when it happened. Like, oh yeah, he's got another gift. Um,
Yeah,
because or so. Yeah, so yeah, how come you have two gifts? Oh yeah, the horse looking thing. What, a horse? Wasn't it a spear or something? So yeah, she saw the spear. He also did the horse, but he also did something. He had the shield. I felt like the shield and the spear might have been related, but didn't he also like have something where he could like, he wasn't levitating weapons, was he? Okay. I'd have to go back and look.
yeah. I feel like he did, but I feel like we've had this conversation before, and it was actually the ability of someone he was fighting who was levitating swords.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but still, his character just adds a lot of questions to the potential of the power system. Because if that was one gift, it was like, okay, so what the fuck is that? Where did it originate? And like how, did was that something related to his mom, or like, just was he just blessed differently? I want to know more. But yeah, like you said, good comedy here with the reveal finally coming that he's basically Lacrima's older brother, stepbrother, and he's like, "You can call me Big Bro now." It's good stuff.
yeah,
So
and it happens throughout the chapters at like random moments. Well, like one random moment later in the chapter, and it's like one of those things that kind of just can get an easy giggle out of you.
yeah, I wonder if he is going to like at some point tell her more about like Arcos, if he knows more, like since he's a brother, and he probably would have gotten some, some not, maybe not interaction, but he probably was nearby like in the war, stuff like that. He probably saw Arcos in the battlefields and witnessed what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be cool. This gifted one though, they're about to send their mightiest forces at us, including their strongest gifted one. I can't remember if she was shown in anything before. Do you remember this person?
I don't think so, because this seems to be someone from this kingdom that they were trying to escape to. And I don't think we've been introduced to like anyone outside of their country.
Okay. Yeah, I need to like freshen up on my like Centuria lore, because Ramir I thought was the kingdom um that like everyone was from, like Lacrima, but I guess not. What, I don't remember the name of the kingdom that Lacrima's from. So the
I
the
do
secret.
not remember either.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, they're heading further west. Ramir, I guess, is even further west, and she says there was a route here, from here into Ramir. So they were trying to go there, but now that path has been blocked off. Yeah. So like they got to figure out why Lalawag could have possibly blocked that off, and like if that was before she knew like that they were really good people, because I feel like she might have done it and was like, I'm probably gonna like do XYZ, but then when Julian's like, I kind of want to like help your buddy out, maybe she might have a change of heart and be like, this kid kind of doesn't suck, so like maybe I won't, murder him in the night after healing his friend, like.
Well,
See,
Lucas says, "You old hag, you plan to lure that rival of yours using Diana as bait, don't you?" So this was all to lure uh, their strongest gifted one to her.
True, true. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of interesting things going on in this chapter. Like the the fact that like the most powerful healer is the guy who seems like he wants to fight, and he's like flaming Sholdrick, the raging flame. Like he's a hothead who I remember previously they were saying like I think it was Helen was saying that she was like talking about how strong I think Julian was, and that
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, and this dude was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way this dude is that strong. So it's like
yeah.
they,
That's what I wanted to talk about though, because this like subversion of expectations for who or I guess more so what this character is. Um, because like on the surface, you could look at it and be like, oh yeah, the super hot-headed guy who likes to fight is the best healer. But then there's also like, what if he is the best fighter, but his powers have like a secret attribute that he doesn't really use, so he's not technically a healer.
yeah, kind of like a little bit like Josuke from part four of JoJo's, where it's like he fights and he can heal or whatever. But
Yeah.
like I guess in his case, he sometimes just chooses not to heal. Also, like being the best healer and then missing an arm is just kind of funny because
Well,
like why you ain't heal your arm, bro?
I think he prefers the firearm because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely probably the case. Also, he's got this like tattoo on his wrist, which the other chick has a necklace of. So I guess she's also part of the Irish Stratum. All right, was that mentioned? I don't remember seeing her
Wait,
in
who?
that page. The chick that Lalawag is saying is her greatest rival. She has a necklace or something on her chest that looks the same as the tattoo that's on the flame dude's wrist.
Where? Uh,
Yeah, page 8.
no, no. So
What?
her necklace is the Ouroboros, but I don't know. Maybe it is.
I feel like he's got that on his wrist too.
It looks so like an Ouroboros, or the one you see
Normally,
up
Ouroboros is
here.
just a circle.
Yeah, well, the one you see on her necklace is like an infinity symbol,
Yeah.
whereas on his wrist it looks like, I don't know, maybe it's just the angle in which it's drawn.
Yeah, I feel like it might be the angle. It does look kind of like thorns or something, but I don't know.
Eh, I,
For now, I'm gonna say it's the same, but I could be proven wrong. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what he's got, especially now that, like you said, they threw this misdirection at us with him being a healer. Like I was definitely expecting him to be just ass kicker number one or number four, but
yeah,
uh But now that they, introduced this plot element that he can heal, and them wanting to heal this girl, it's like, are they gonna somehow convince him to heal her? Maybe he's the type that like will want to fight, but only if the person that he wants to fight agrees, and he tries to maybe like force them into it. But like Julian, being who he is, can probably trick this guy into like healing Atoria. So he goes, "I'll only fight you if you heal her," and he's like, "Fuck it, all right, here." And he just like heals her, and they could start their battle.
yeah,
That's the only thing that I can think of right now. Um,
yeah. I don't have anything to add. That sounds good to me.
yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys got anything better. But yeah, pretty. I don't want to say simple or straightforward chapter because a lot happens. We get a lot of plot elements, a lot of things to think about, like this passage being sealed off and Lalawag trying to have a rival. So like I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her, fight this rival if that's gonna be what takes place. Like I'm definitely down for the biggest and the baddest to fight each other, Give us a Gojo versus Sukuna moment in another manga. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
Also,
Yeah.
this fucking table, her desk on page one, massive. Like fucking Lucas's whole he's leaning against it, and his like the desk is at like his neck. Like, what the fuck? I know she's tall as shit, but damn, like that big, like 11 feet that Lucas has got his neck up against the desk. This room is huge, like the rug is fucking massive. Like this crazy ass room. I feel like I'm looking at like a shrunken, everybody else is shrunken and the room is just big.
They about to start introducing One Piece scaling of their characters.
Yeah,
Gonna find a
everybody's
dude
just
who's 12 feet tall.
yeah, no big deal. Long leg fucking tribe or whatever. But yeah, good chapter. I don't think I got too much more to say about it. You got any other thoughts for this one?
Nah, that's it for me.
Okay, that's going to do it for Centuria chapter 83, Web of Convoluted Intentions. Now jumping into Dandadan chapter 225, The Ultimate Yokai. And I gotta say, the title is not lying because she beat the dog shit out of these grown ass men ghosts. Like, this was one of those fights where, like, oh my god, when it gets animated, this is just gonna be disgusting how bad she beat them. Like, this fight. The only other fight I can think of, like when I think of one-sided ass stomping, is Yusuke versus fucking Shinsui when like it's at the end and he just fucking completely snaps. That's like 5 minutes of Yusuke just shit stomping this motherfucker into the earth, head butting him. Like, oh, he's doing so many attacks. It's just the dude can't even move, and that's what this reminded me of. Like, she is flushing them in the toilet. Like the water dude, she completely removes all of his aura. Not that he had any because he's a big fucking weirdo, but flushes his aura down the toilet. He's old and fucking decrepit looking, kicks him in the fucking face, and, and then throws a urinal at fucking Red Baron, busts his head, like, Jesus Christ, slams the toilet seat on Fart Dude. This, I haven't seen an ass whooping this bad in a while. And it's like, we read and talk about action series all the time. I don't feel like I've seen anything this like brutally one-sided in anything in a long time. Not even like JJK. Like maybe if I think hard about it, maybe I guess like the Maki thing. But like even then, people were just kind of getting like wiped out. They were getting one shot. She's beating these dudes to death, and like, oh, it's just nuts. What do you think about this one?
Wait, the only thing in the entirety of their ass beating that they attempted to do was the uppercut from Red Baron and then Fart Dude snapping. That's it. Those are the only two actions that happened from them.
Yeah, like he tried, and then his fingers immediately crushed in the toilet seat. Like, bro, what the fuck?
God,
Just bleeding.
toilet bound Hanako-san is just she is the Gojo of this universe.
Yeah, they're bringing out the big dogs because, like, I remember when they introduced the split mouth woman. I forget her name, but they were talking about how powerful she was. Like, she was one of the strongest, if not the strongest yokai. But Hanako is fucking strong as fuck. Like, I need to see who's stronger. But like, I guess it don't matter because these are all just Turbo Granny's like homies, and she's kind of like rounding up the crew, like she's assembling her force. She heard that fucking Saint Germain was in town and he's on some fuck shit. She's like, all right, call it all my niggas, and these motherfuckers are like, if we get more people like Hanako, bro, these alien niggas and fucking whoever's working with Saint Germain, they're toast because these dudes got stuffed in the urinal and flushed, bro. Fucking flush their entire body in the toilet, though. And we were talking about like, what if she flushes them or whatever? It was like, yeah, she really did it, and it's very vicious. And she does that shit and just starts skipping away, ploppity plop.
Insane. Domain expansion, take a shit.
Yeah. So yeah, and fucking Vakappa, I noticed in this chapter when she's flushing him, he's got like a fucking lock on his nuts, so he's wearing like a chastity belt or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like this motherfucker just freaky as hell. But nah, this is a crazy ass chapter. This was just honestly like, fucking opening my Manga Plus app at 11 or 10 a.m. to read this, I was not expecting this level of ass beater. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna like fuck him up. It's gonna be a fight. This was not a fight. This was a fucking massacre.
Yeah, yeah, man. And Turbo Granny got some crazy friends.
Yeah. Like I remember wait, what's this one guy's name? Not the bird guy, because he was in the bird dude was in that volume 20 Omake or whatever. Remember I shared it at some point in here, but like oh, his name was like Abiru. And I don't know what his deal is, but Turbo Granny had found him and she was asking him like if he knew of any ways to change a human back to normal size after they've been shrunk. Cause she was trying to find out how to like fix Momo. And he was like, no, but like why are you helping kids? And she was like, get out of my face, fuckhead, or whatever she called him. But now, we see that she's like really calling out the goons. Like she brought Abiru to come, grab the kids, and what's this other guy? Kamikure. So Kamikure, I'm guessing. So this is cool because I'm guessing Kamikure is the one that summoned the big toilet and made them have to shit. Because he's on a toilet. It's like it's stuck to his ass. He's even got like a floating spool of toilet paper next to him.
Yeah,
And he goes, where is it? I invited you to this bathroom. Hmm? So I think he's the one that did the bathroom thing, and it's like you play Yu-Gi-Oh?
yeah.
You know how like you got like field cards, and then you got like monster cards who do shit on the field. Like you play like Yami, and it turns the battlefield into like an ocean, and then you got the legendary fisherman who like can't be targeted by spells or something when the ocean's field card is. That's how this felt. Like he summoned the bathroom and made them had to go shit, and then they entered the bathroom, and that's Hanako's domain. So like it's like he played the field card, and then they stepped in there, and she gets like mega buffed in that like zone. So she just beat the dog shit out of them in her home turf that he summoned. And they just watch it. This
Oh
chapter was
god.
fucking hilarious.
I was just thinking, I was like, what if, Okaroon turns out to be like Joker from Persona or any of the protagonists from Persona, and like he can host multiple yokai.
Yeah, that'd be nasty.
He integrates Turbo Granny and Hanako-san. Just goes
I could
crazy.
I can see that being some sort of like power up for him in the future. Like he gets like another kind of like a roulette or something. Maybe he doesn't like do it like a roulette, but he just kind of like, whose power should I use? And he like uses Hanako's or something.
I feel
Um,
like turning Okaroon into Ben 10 would be perfect.
that would actually be cool if he gets some kind of like spiritual object that he can like slam on or whatever and go like, all right, fuck it, I'm doing this. That'd be nuts. And also just like I would love to just see what fucking Hanako form Okaroon looks like. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we are not the author.
yeah, yeah, because artistically I'm not there, but like, yeah, I would love to see it. And she's so cute. Like she's got these like fucking glassy little eyes. They got like the sparkle in it. It's just so funny. That sure was scary after beating the shit out of these grown ass men. Gee whiz, like bro. Yeah, this was a nutty one. And then Abiru is telling dude like not to piss her off. Was that Abiru that said that? Oh no, the other guy, Kamikure, says, "Give it a rest. You'll make her angry." Like, yeah, they don't want to get fucking dunked. Yeah, I want to see what else these guys can do, like Abiru, because like he's stuffing them in his like nest on his back. Um, so it's clear that like these are guys that Turbo Granny sent to help the kids or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've always just been following them, or like what the situation is, because I mean they show up after the kids get their ass beat, so they lose their powers, but they show up in time to beat the shit out of everyone else. It's like I guess they weren't like watching them, but maybe they were just in the area or just they got here late. I want to know like what they were told. Like, did Turbo Granny say like go pick them up and bring them here, like not expecting them to be in trouble, or was it like these kids are about to get attacked? Go straighten it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's like, hey, go straight there kind of situation.
Yeah. You think we're gonna see the guys that got flushed again, or they're just dead?
Yeah, they're dead. They how you get flushed down a toilet and live?
Yeah. The only thing I think they could have added to this to make it like crazier is if we heard like the sound of bones cracking as they were getting flushed down the
Mm-hmm.
toilet. I hope the
Oof.
anime does that.
Might make my skin crawl a little.
Yeah, very like some unsettling music as she's just like fucking skipping away after flushing these grown ass men down the urinals, not even the regular toilet. Like, what the fuck got fucking flushed in the urinal?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was
What
a
is like this hatred for Evil Eye from Red Baron? Like I know he beat his ass, right? But that's like his whole focus.
yeah, to make it such a big deal that he personally gets him. I was like, okay, you're kind of obsessed. He don't even remember you, bro.
Probably not.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's like you got a grudge with Evil Eye, bro. Like I mean, you kind of fucked up Seiko. Like you had it coming. You beat up
Yeah.
on a human, and then you got your shit pushed in. Like that was revenge. You were in the wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I can tell, it's like a pride thing because he's trying to get praised because, he got his ass beat. He failed his mission. So now he's trying to, like, I guess, get back in Saint Germain's good graces.
yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see what happens next because like this doesn't really tell us much.
No. This is
It
like
kind of
the
just
end of an arc or something.
yeah, it feels like the end of an arc or end of a volume, and so like next chapter, I could see it just jumping back to like Okarune or something, or hopefully Turbo Granny and Seiko. I want to see like what's going on with them, even if it's not much. Like I don't know, I would be cool with fucking Bird Dude pulling up like here's those kids, and then like them talking, but I don't know. I really don't know where they go after this,
Yeah, same.
but. Red Baron snuck out, yo. He flew out of the bathroom like a bat out of hell. He got out of there. He was about to get fucking his shit pushed in too, flushed down the toilet.
Tuck one urinal to the face and he was out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, she's strong as fuck. Like she kicked when she kicked dude in the face, he flew across the room and did not get up for the rest of the chapter. Like he didn't budge. He stayed there until she flushed his ass. Like she kicked him hard. These
Hmm.
fucking yokai are strong. Like the aliens are tough for the kids, but like these yokai motherfuckers are real.
Built different.
Yeah, can't wait to see who else what other crazy powerful yokai we get because it can't just be Turbo Granny, Hanako, and a split mouth woman. There's got to be a couple more. She's because uh, what's the pretty motherfucking name? Saint Germain has like a big fucking force behind him. So we're really about to see like I think last chapter, last review, I was saying like we might see a tailed beast kind of situation from Naruto, like all the tailed beasts versus like the fucking enemy faction. I could see that happening here with like a bunch of yokai with Okarune's like gang versus a fucking army of aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving into some cool places, but this was a quick chapter. We got in, ass got kicked, and we got out. So
Yeah.
not really too much more to say about it. I'm squeezed out. You got any more thoughts?
Nah, that's it for me.
All right, so that's gonna do it, y'all. This was Dandadan, chapter 225, the ultimate yokai. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 254, a mechanical strike on the lawless Swartz. How you feeling about this one?
This was a very fun chapter. It kind of pushes forward on the people kind of realizing who these people are, like Kyogoku, for example. Um, and it's just cool because, once again, this is still I don't want to say just Katsu, but just Katsu. We're not even at Sunraku yet, and Kyogoku's like, I didn't know we had such good fighters, and it's those like, I guess, underdog thoughts that is it just makes it seem so much cooler to me.
Yeah. And like if we're going off of the kind of theory you were saying last, I think two chapters ago, you were saying based on it was like chapter 252, they had the kind of lineup and it was like Kazo, Sunraku, Pencilgon, and then Kyogoku, and then Dime Dasher, I forget this chick's name, and then like the next people. So if they go in that order, it's funny that Sunraku is saying like he's kind of like pouting in this chapter because he's like saying he might not get a chance to go. But that if the order is what you were saying, like based on that picture, then that would imply that Saraku thinks that Kazo is gonna beat all of them. Not that like not that they might beat Kazo when they get stuck on like Pentagon or Kyogoku, but that they won't even see the next fighter after Kazo because he's gonna shit on them like one versus all five of them down the line. And that's funny.
I mean, it's just it shows the confidence he has in Kato because he knows he is a professional PvPer. Like he is well aware that most likely, just based off of skill, he could take them all out.
Yeah. Yeah, Kazu's got it, man. But I don't know. I feel like I want Kazu to lose. After like showing off a bit. I feel like at the same time, like after you show off the robot, you can't lose the first fight after pulling out the fucking robot armor. Like,
Yeah,
but at the same time, like it's gotta kind of be a respectable battle. So like these guys can't just get shit on all the way down the line by one person. Like that would kind of be underwhelming to just have Kazu beat everyone into the dirt. I need to see Kyogoku fight, but
what
this fight so far is fun.
yeah, what I'd imagine will happen is like there's gonna be a moment where Kato's about to win, and then he loses the armor, and then gets hit and knocked out.
Yeah, I can see that. Some shit where he's just like overconfident or whatever. But like since he's a pro gamer, I can't see him like really slipping. Like it's got to be something that he just couldn't account for, like the timer or something with the battery or whatever. Maybe he gets hit and the HUD is kind of like fucking janky or some shit. He's just not used to it. But Kazo just being who he is, he's just gonna beat the shit out of these guys, and they ain't used to this. Like they thought that Kyogoku was gonna be the one who is the PvP guy, but nope. Everyone here is actually fucking actually PvP goats. They just happened to play a game with a bunch of PvE, so it's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, so I like this sword though, Asagiri's weapon. I just noticed it like looking at it again now that it's actually like two blades on one. I thought like I thought at first that she was just. I mean, yes, she is swinging it twice, but it looks like there's actually two blades here.
Yeah, they look
Fion
like
and Ramon.
fangs.
Yeah, that's dope. And then sending it out, and then like sending out another blast or whatever. They all so far, everyone in this fight from Schwarzwolf's clan has an ability that like nukes the durability of their own weapon. Like it consumes my weapon's durability, but after the first slash, I can launch another right away, no waiting time required. And the last guy, he threw his blade at Kazo and then blew it up. So it's like these guys being in a clan, a top clan that raids or whatever, and has probably access to near infinite money. They probably just have a ton of weapons and all utilize these like super strong abilities that like blow up their own weapon for like increased damage. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially in comparison to like our crew because like following Sunraku, you see him always worrying about his weapon's durability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like his weapon is kind of like his his best friend in this. Like he's always worrying about the durability. He's always getting it upgraded, and he's super happy and excited every time he gets a weapon upgrade and stuff like that. And then these guys are just like, yeah, fuck my weapon.
Yep.
But I mean, in a duel, with pride and honor on the line and shit like that. Like the stakes are high for these guys. They can't lose because to them, Wolfgang is just a gang of clowns, and it's like we can't let these dudes win. So yeah, let's use our big moves, the ones that fucking blow up weapons and shit like that, and like make sure that they understand like their place in this game. But Wolfgang's just too tough, yo. They're not just gonna beat them by using flashy tricks and fucking top tier like gear. They actually gotta have the skill.
Yep. But what do you think is going to happen next with the end of this chapter? Like, is it something with the shield, or uh, what do they have planned here?
Yeah. So what? Kazo punches, she blocks with the shield. And sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm more than just a girl with a sword. Now we got it. We'll see who's gnashing their teeth in a second. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe some sort of like reversal amplification type thing. Like maybe after she takes a blow to that shield, like she can then kind of like redistribute that kind of energy or force in an attack or something.
Yeah, I mean,
There's got to
that
be
sounds
something
plausible.
because yeah, they gotta do something because we can't just like I said, we can't let Kazo just run the line and beat everyone.
God, I
But
would laugh if he did that.
yeah, it feels kind of it feels like the type of thing that would happen in this story though, because then it would just like it'd be funny to see a character like Sunraku just be pissed off, and
Yeah.
then like and then just the fact that every other character would still just not know the abilities of each other, like Rebellious would still not know like how good Sunraku is at the game because like they got shit on by Kazo, so it's like he can't he can't say anything. It's like, damn, we lost to their first guy. Like, how strong, how strong could the rest of them possibly have been?
That just made me think about the Invincible meme, or the part of Invincible where Mark's like, "I thought you were stronger," but it's Son Raku to Rebellious.
Yeah, like if nobody can beat him, that's just gonna be nuts. But I feel like somebody's gonna beat him. Like we
Yeah,
gotta like at the worst case, Saiger 100 will beat him. Like
yeah.
I don't see her losing to Kazo. Like Kazo's probably a better like PvPer for sure, but like I think she'll beat him somehow.
I could definitely see her losing to Son Raku just because of her crush on him.
Oh no, I was talking about the other Saiger. Her Saiger.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's Saiger 0. I was talking about 100.
yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think it was you that was saying last week that maybe she might not even fight. Saiger 0 might not even fight.
Well, I think she was third, wasn't she?
She's in the lineup, but I think somebody was saying they think that she won't fight because of like her like want to join
Oh
Wolfgang, so it would kind of
yeah,
be like counterproductive or whatever.
yeah.
Uh, clash of what's the word clash of what's it called when you can't like work for
Ideas, ideals,
um no conflict of
conflict.
interest.
There
Yeah,
you go.
conflict of
Yeah.
interest. Yeah. We got there. Yeah, feels like a conflict of interest because she could throw the match or whatever potentially, but I don't see her as that type. Like she's got a crush on Sunraku, but I don't see her like throwing the game. But like they might see it. Nah, because they don't. Rebellious doesn't know. Rebellious wouldn't know that like she's got a crush on Sunraku. Everybody else might be able to see it. But Rebellious wouldn't know, and I guess that's what matters because he'd
Yeah.
be the only one to complain. Because Saiga 100 isn't. I don't think she cares about this. She wants Rebellious to get his ass kicked. So like losing is something that she plans to have happen anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see her like throwing the fight, but also like only person that would catch it, or only people that would catch it wouldn't be Rebellious, and he's the one that you need to fool anyway. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, super cool that he brought out the fucking Wazaimon armor and Tiger. This was dope. Did not expect to see that.
No, not at all. Well, I was genuinely surprised flipping to this page.
Yeah, they're like talking about battery, and I'm like, okay, so that's That's I knew like when he started talking about battery, I was like, okay, there's definitely something mechanical like from that fight, but I didn't expect like armor and a dog or cat or whatever. That was cool, like a little pincer attack. And then another thing that I thought was really cool was what's her name? Asagiri using the eight boat leap. Like that's a move that we always see Sunraku do, and it kind of it brings more of that like video game feel to know that other characters have access to the same moves and it's not just Sunraku's move. Like
Yeah.
other characters doing a boat leap just makes it more, believable that we're in a video game because these are like skills and stuff. So maybe she might be the same class as Sunraku, but she went down like a different talent tree or whatever, but she still has access to a lot of stuff that Sunraku might have access to.
She hits Kato with love and danger.
Well, that's a fucking item
Yeah,
that
I
he got.
know.
Yeah, but like if she used some abilities or something, I mean, he didn't react at all to like the eight boat leap, but still, I'm pretty sure that's the first time we've seen anyone besides Sanraku do that eight boat leap ability and
Yeah.
jump super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm hyped for the next chapter. I thought the combination attack that they used was cool. Something that you can only really get away with in like full dive or like a manga or whatever with the whole like the tiger doing a burst of air so that he could like basically double jump over the thing. It was
Yeah.
cool. It
Oh
was it was
man.
really cool. Shangri-La Frontier's got the cool down
Yeah.
pretty solid, and the gaming, all the gaming mechanics and just being cool as shit. It's got it.
It definitely does.
Yeah. So can't wait to see what happens this week. Hopefully we I mean, last week I was saying hopefully these next fights are like longer because the first fight with Dom Dasher was like one chapter. So it's like it's good to see that this fight is going to be at least two chapters. I don't imagine it'll be three chapters, but I think starting with the next fight we'll probably get like every fight will be 2 to 3 chapters, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You think this event might get interrupted like by not like every tournament arc gets interrupted. This isn't exactly a tournament, but like I could see some sort of system message popping up, not like a villain arriving, but like a world alert, like system message, somebody slayed a fucking colossi or something, and then just a bunch of shit starts happening.
Nah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it would bring an interruption into the fighting like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll kind of just end and then roll into the next thing.
Okay. Yeah. Having something interrupted would kind of take away from like them wanting to embarrass and shit on rebellious anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's like a main focus of multiple characters here. So yeah, I don't see it happening. But yeah, people underestimating these guys and Kyogoku finding out that they got like real ass fighters on their team. This is a cool chapter.
yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So I think I'm squeezed out. You got anything else for this one?
Now that's it for me.
All right, then. That's going to do it for Shangri-La Frontier, Chapter 254, A Mechanical Strike on the Lawless Swartz. Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 70th Hunt, One Last Dream. Traffy, how you feeling?
Oh, so this chapter was very fun, but holy crap, why does it feel like Ichi just got a huge power boost? Like first off, it's the knowing how to move to make magical energy flow through his body. It reminds me of like when Deku learned full cowling,
Hmm.
and then when he was knocked out, he was able to like develop this bond with his magics where he tamed them. uh and it's like, wow, this is such a huge power boost from one moment where Uroro took over his body.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really cool. I love the part where he's talking about, the feeling Aurora controlling him. It lingers just like a thin film right under his skin and how to move. And it's like he can feel the energy flowing through his blood and stuff. Like that's really cool for the power system. It's cool. So we know that right away after this, Ichi is just gonna be better at using these magics in a fight, and it will eventually lead to him being able to withstand more of like Aurora's power, possibly without being conked out for such a long time. 'Cause I think normally it's like 3 days or something. He probably would have been out cold for a very long time if it wasn't for Chrono kind of skipping that time. Um, but yeah, this is big for Ichi's like potential and just his future like ability usage and fighting style. This is cool stuff. I love this.
Yeah.
Taming the magic and then having what is it, Inazuri come back and be, just the wolf was just cool. This was dope. The lightning wolf magic, and have it 9 limbs versus the octopus, but the octopus is still like strong enough and fast enough that like having a limb advantage didn't like straight away just let them win. Like Ichi still had to like really fight with this thing because it's like super juiced up on fucking emotions and powerful from losing its brothers or whatever. This was a good fight.
Yeah. And
So yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I forget what I was gonna say.
Oh, crap. I think I forgot what I was gonna say too. Okay, and then you have this Jiki Shiron like prediction, and she's using that power to kind of help and encourage Ichi to use Bak like
Akugami, Bak Jam.
Bak Jam, yeah. Um, and then that leading into like a flashback of the conversation he had with Bak Jam and how to tame him, and then that being used to explain how this magic could be used. Because I remember when Ichi or caught him, we were wondering kind of like how he would use that as magic, and we finally got that explanation.
Yeah, and I really love how he does use it, and he doesn't use it in like a malicious way. And he when he does it, he's like, "I'm gonna let you go peacefully." So death for death. But he, at the end of the day, is a hunter that isn't doing it for sport. He's someone who normally kills either out of necessity or for like food or whatever, and he doesn't want like his prey to suffer. Like he respects the kill, and I really like that.
Yeah.
But this was cool. Like I like the way he's like when he does it, he's holding his hands up in the air, kind of like a conductor. Like I hope when this is animated, they show him kind of like waving his hands and like the knife or whatever doing it, and then like the shit comes down. But this stuff was super cool. And like the I forget his name, Pooh. Yeah, Pooh found himself in a warm, comforting space. It looks like did you read Takopi's Original Sin?
No, I don't believe I did.
Okay, well, it looks just like Takopi if anybody has read that or watched it. It's the fucking alien octopus. It looks just like this. It's fucking hilarious. But then this also reminds me of like JJK, the fucking white space after like Jogo dies, and then a couple other times they have something like this. Uh, won't spoil it, but that's what this reminded me of. So it's like, you were strong, little brother. Good job. You get to fucking fade away into the afterlife or whatever happily. Also, something that I didn't catch that you just mentioned was the whole Jiki Sharon thing with her. I guess so. She's using her power here. I thought she just kind of like not read his mind, but just is like, Ichi, use the fucking thing. Like, you know what to do. But like right above that, right above the panel where she says that was, she has like aura flowing around her. So that I guess means that she's using her like premonition power to see the future. So she could see a future where Ichi uses the joyous sorrow magic in this case, and she's like telling him to use it even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I was just like, oh damn, she just kind of read the room, but no, she's got like power flowing around her, so she's seeing that and be like, fuck it, do it, dog. Like, what are you doing?
That's your only way to win.
Yeah, and this shit did make me laugh though, because like when she jumps off the glider and she goes like, "Goku, take me and Minnie too." I was like, "But what about Kabuki?" I forgot that he was already carrying Kabuki, so I was just like, "Yeah, fuck Kabuki then, I guess." Like, where the fuck is she? Like,
Oh my
but
god.
but yeah, now he's carrying fucking three ladies. So this is. I wonder if like his rockets and stuff are good enough for like that much weight. Three, like he's carrying the body weight of 4 people.
Well, I assume, they've still been flying in the set direction they were going, so they're probably much closer to land.
True, 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 true.
But that does bring into question, if that's the case, how was Chrono right in front of them?
I don't think is he. Let me see, because I
No,
think with the way.
yeah, no, I think this
No,
is
he's way.
just Ichi's crazy ass vision.
Yeah, I think he's way the fuck out there. Yeah, because in the previous chapter, like Chrono, like it showed him reaching, and like you saw it zoomed. Like he's far as fuck. Easy can just see him.
Ichi is insane.
Yeah, yeah. Ichi's a fucking beast, man. But I do feel like at this point, Ichi's probably gonna when the next chapter opens, they're gonna make it. Ichi's gonna tell them to like take the mirror to get out of here and maybe call for reinforcements, and then he's gonna ride back to the Scars and help with the I forget the reverser magic I think she's fighting. Um so I posed the question in one of my group chats and nobody kind of answered it. Let me see if I can actually. Never mind. It's going to take too long to find it, or maybe not. Yeah, fuck it. I don't think I can find it fast enough. Um, okay, here we go. So I said, "How y'all feeling if Ichi and Ko now that we see how this chapter ended? I'm just gonna say Ichi, but how we feeling if Ichi gets back to Discaras to find out that she's just standing there hugging her brother and she's like getting stabbed over and over and just can't find it in her to let him go, and Ichi has to kind of save her and she has like a little mental recovery period after this arc because she's been scarred, like because when she was fighting and slashing through all the zombies and stuff at first, and then her brother appeared. Like her brother appeared at the end of the chapter, and she was like, he was like, big sis or whatever. And then the chapter ended, and I thought that the following chapter was gonna have her kind of like hard body that shit and like cut her brother in half and go like, "You're despicable, you're disgusting. Don't ever, fucking use my brother's likeness or whatever. This you thought this would work on me, but like I'm the strongest for a reason, and I've steeled myself type shit." Like I thought she was gonna cut through it and just be super hard, but we saw her, fucking hugging her brother, and just she did not look good. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that she's still just in that position and probably getting like damage. Like she's probably getting attacked and wounded, and maybe she's got some magic, like one of her mini magics is kind of like defending her, probably trying to like keep her from dying or something because they like fuck with her or whatever. I don't know, but for some reason I'm just imagining her like not dying but being very close to dead while like she's hugging her brother and just can't like because the last time she saw her brother he was like murdered. He was warped in front of her face and she couldn't even touch him because of the
Yeah.
force field or whatever. But now he's right here, and I'm just like, I feel like yes, she's the strongest, but she's also a human. So
I, I
like, what?
think I think it kind of depends on how they do it. Like, if they cut back to that fight, are they gonna resume it from present time, or are they gonna go back to like right as that moment occurred? And so then we get like her immediately snapping out of it or something along those lines.
Yeah, the way I'm kind of envisioning it is like Ichi gets back, and it's just like a crowd of zombies, like a dog pile. Like you damn near can't even see. Like you probably can't even see Discaris, and he's just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's just like hella fucking zombies, like mobbing her, just stabbing her, cutting her, and pulling her, like trying to rip her apart and shit. And she's like sturdy, but she's taking damage, and she's like damn near 1 HP, but she just can't let him go. And then the other magic's just kind of like sitting there looking, laughing because he assumes Kizashi's gonna handle everybody else. So he's just letting it happen. And then Ichi has to kind of like snap her out of it and be that that new little brother for her. Like you can't like I understand this is your brother, but like I'm your family now too. Like you can't like I can't let you die. Like you're my family. And I can just see this being not something that has to take place for a long ass time, but like Discaris being kind of like mentally scarred from this for a little while. Maybe she takes a break from the next arc or something, and then she snaps back, bounces back, or whatever.
Well, that's dark as hell.
I mean, the dude brought back her brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like I wanted her to just go hard, but now I kind of want to see Discaris get that like that kind of development, and like Ichi's been out of the game for a little while, so saving her, and then I guess like I still don't know how I feel like how I want the Chrono situation to be resolved. Like, does he like obtain Chrono and then maybe use some sort of time magic to restore, maybe he restores the scars back to like her full health, but she's still got mental scars and emotional, wounds and stuff like that. But either way, I think next chapter we're definitely going straight back to the boat.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really see it going anywhere else but there.
Yeah. Like I think there's still a couple of Kizashi clones, but I don't know. Maybe I think Chrono still got them contained.
Well, maybe not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's looking a little rough.
Yeah, like my thought like with that was like Ichi would go and he would help, and then like with the rest of them, like Goku, Raku, and the guys going through the mirror, maybe they could call in for reinforcements. Tell the Mansionel Witches Association what's going on. Say like, hey, we need like 5 or 10 mages, witches or whatever, and then like they pull up and kind of like rescue them from this arc.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hmm. And I mean, I think initially the goal, like their mission here, was to like obtain the Chrono Weaver magic. So I think I feel like he's gonna die. Like he's not gonna get obtained. He's just gonna die, and
It'll
the
be,
baby will
yeah,
be
something to do
yeah
with the baby.
yeah. They'll count it as a win on the technicality. Like, yep, we got the baby, but like. It'd be a situation where the mom is just like, I'm not gonna, my baby just as born. I'm not gonna let y'all send my baby off the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of places it can go, but yeah, this was a very cool chapter. I feel like we didn't get. Yeah, it was the name for this Joyous Sorrow Magic was clearly like new here. Like before, it was I think Bakugami, but that was
Yeah.
like what they were.
The
That's what
country.
people were calling it. Yeah, yeah. Wait, was that the country or the? I thought they were
No,
calling him
no.
like Lord Bakugami.
Yeah, yeah. They were calling him Bakugami. You're right.
Yeah, but like that was just, I guess, what they thought his name was. His real name is Bakjam.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool chapter. I am ready for more. He's got him chained up to a fucking post, and he's like jealous. Like, you don't treat Itazuri this way because Itazuri is fucking cool, bro.
And calls him a jerk, and he's like, "Jerk, I humbly beg your pardon, master."
Yeah, you know what's up. He'll want to get fucking clapped in that circle. Yeah, but dope chapter. I am for sure looking forward to what comes next. I really, I can't wait to see what's going to happen on this boat with the scars. Because like, if Chrono dies, and then there's still like a couple of Kizashi clones, and then the reverser magic, it's like, how do they get out of this?
uh,
That's that's the question.
yeah.
But I think the arc is definitely drawing to its close. Like I think this arc will probably be done in the next like 5 chapters
Yeah, I
or
was
less.
about to say 5 as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I'm squeezed out. You got anything else for this one?
Nah, I'm squeezed as well.
Okay, so that's going to do it for Ichi the Witch, chapter 70th Hunt, One Last Dream. Now jumping into Kagurabachi, also known as the biggest Bachi, chapter 112, Future. And I think we kind of talked about this last week. Like, I feel like, we were saying it feels like this is going to be the last chapter will be the kind of chapter that ends, and then the next chapter is sometime later. 4 days is, technically right, but I thought it would be longer, maybe like a month or something. But no, this is 4 days later, and they are already, printing newspaper about it. And it just kind of, I just, I guess since we follow Chihiro and know like what his goal is and what his mission is and how he views these other characters like Soge, kind of just I forgot that the rest of the world sees Soga and the enchanted, swordsman as heroes. So like I see this newspaper and it's like Return of the Hero, Swordmaster after 18 years of silence, he's come forth, and then all of these people are standing, he's got like a hella, it's almost like an inauguration or something. Like they're watching, their hero, the guy who led the war and won it for them. Like he fought for our freedoms, type shit. So it's like I forgot that this was how the public actually viewed characters like Soga. So he's kind of, not only is he taking over the Kaminabi and reforming things and planning on like murdering our homies, but he's got the people. I don't want to say brainwashed, but they're eating out of his hand and they drinking the Kool Aid, but it ain't the right flavor. If I
Yeah,
don't know how else to say it.
they're misunderstanding,
Yeah.
left out of the sauce.
Yeah, they don't know what really went down, and they don't know like how brutal that war was, and they don't know that he's fucking nuts. And well,
Yeah,
not nuts because he said he's sane, but like they don't know that his plan is like how extreme he is, like how radical he is in his beliefs, and that he is willing to cut down people who were born into a family of bad people just because like they could the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, like Hakuri couldn't possibly be a good kid because he's from the fucking Sazanami family. And it's like,
yeah,
who else? Who's to say that there isn't many other, characters like that, other clans or whatever that he has kind of on his shit list? And yeah, I think this is really dope because, like I was saying before, I think we'll see our main character crew kind of hunkered down and in hiding. And yeah, but in this case, it's a completely different. It's alike, but also different from how it was in My Hero, where it was like the heroes are hiding and civilians have kind of like they're also hiding, but they also kind of don't believe in the heroes anymore in My Hero Academia, and the villains have kind of just you know said like we run shit now. But in this, he believes he's a hero, and the people believes he's a hero, but like the actual heroes of our story are hiding and like nobody is on their side. Like if he goes like we gotta hunt and kill this Chihiro kid, everybody is gonna be like, fuck yeah, he's a terrorist.
yeah,
But like that's not the case.
yeah. It kind of flipped the entire script of, at least visually through the story, who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
Yeah. This is really cool. Hokuzono is just it's crazy that the kid's like 22 or 24, like writing this story at his such a young age. The art's great, the story is great, the characters are great. Like this is just impressive, man. I can't really
Yeah.
say too much more about it, but I guess this is Soka's true body because I don't remember when he was using like Yura's body. I'm pretty sure he didn't have these kind of like arm and like ankle kind of braces type of thing, like armored, guards around his limbs. So I guess
Uh,
this is his true body, but we don't get to see much of him. But how do you feel about this chapter overall?
unless he's still in his body and it was just like part of the outfit he put on.
Yeah, put that shit
But
on.
yeah, this chapter, it kind of does a lot.
Yeah,
um, so you have the introduction with how the world sees Soga, a room full of people, finding out Samora's dead, and then this whole idea that the swords have a sort of dark power that sacrifices the user's life force to use, but it also means that it's technically a way for them to bring Samora back.
yeah. How do you feel about the possibility of Samura coming back?
I I'm okay with it just because I think they're setting it up for a future reveal, but not for anything like. I don't think it's going to happen like 5 chapters from now. I think it's going to happen like 20 or 30 chapters from now. And so it'll be one of those things where you kind of look back and you can see the build up to his revival instead of a feeling like an ass pull or something.
I I could see it possibly being written well, but I personally am not a fan. And I get that like it's in theme, like he's like a phoenix or whatever, and he's, using flames to restore and heal people and come back to life. And it's like it would make sense, but I think I would just prefer, the death to be permanent. I don't want death to be something that kind of gets taken lightly. And I can see this as Chihiro just kind of coping and just, hoping and it be something that doesn't actually happen. Like will try and do it, but it doesn't actually happen. Um, and if it does, like I'm guessing what's being said is like the in order for it to work, like the sword would have to be extinguished. Like the sword would have to die, and on the sword's kind of last legs, it can bring forth that kind of power, the type of power that would be used to resurrect someone like Samura. But my first question was just like, where does he come from? Like like it's not like Dragon Ball where it's like they didn't eradicate all of Majin Buu's cells and then he regenerates from a small speck of an atom or whatever. But like Samura's gone. Like, what do they? If they go like, okay, we're reviving Samura, what is it that they're like? What are
I
they
think
casting the spell on?
I think it's more so like conceptually because they mentioned the fact that uh, when he died, he kind of like dissolved into the feathers. So I guess just assuming that he's trapped like somewhere within the sword and that they can bring him back.
So it'd be kind of like an Itachi thing. Like they use the weapon and then like a bunch of feathers appear when they're doing like an attack or something, and then Samura when the smoke clears, Samura is still standing there.
Yeah.
I feel like it could work, but I would prefer it to happen in a case where it's like the end of the story. Like I don't want Samura to come back and be fighting. Like I feel like if he does come back before like the finale of the story, then he would not be an enchanted swordsman anymore. He would be fighting with like a regular katana. But also, I just don't see him coming back and being like a member of the gang. Because then Samura got a good ending, man. I felt like Samura had a good life, a good story, and he got a good conclusion. So I don't want to like bring him back and then ruin, his character.
Yeah.
It also just feels kind of like not to say that Toji character got removed, but it just feels like a Toji thing where it's like fucking Gege couldn't stop mentioning Toji. I don't want it to become a thing where Hokuzoto just gotta like bring Samura back into things or bring some Soga back into things. Like people are always like referencing Soga or referencing Samura and stuff. I think it's he betted on the future. I think we should just go forward with the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I feel like there's a way to write him back into it and it be interesting, but I'd also be fine if they left him out of the story.
Yeah.
Um, my question though, so at the end of this segment where he says, "Mr. Samora left this to me. I'll take this spark and make it bigger." Is that referring to a part of Toby Mune?
Yeah, I was unsure because like I thought this was he says I know how to break an enchanted blade I'll need, and then I forget little dude's name, but he goes this, right? It fell to the earth with Toby Mune. So like since he says this fell to the earth with Toby Mune, like wouldn't maybe like I don't think this is a piece of Toby Mune because then he would just say like it's a piece of Toby Mune and it fell with the rest of it. No, because Toby Mune is black and it's a whole sword. Like Iori is holding Toby Mune.
Oh yeah.
So this is like my first thought when I saw this was that this was a piece of incense, but I thought that it got like all wrapped up, like like dissolved besides what was still in Chihiro's hands. So I think this is incense, like a piece of incense. Because also at
Okay.
the end, yeah, because also at the end of the chapter, like we see he's like got notes and he's scribbling and he's like trying to figure out what kind of blade he should make, and he's got like new incense written down. He's got
And
new
new
cloud
Cloud
gouger.
Gouger.
Yeah, so I guess when I had to go back, I guess when he fought Soga, he broke the cloud gouger, and I guess he just kept the blade because I remember he used cloud gouger himself to kind of like finish it off, and it was a piece of the sword. It wasn't the whole sword. It was just basically the same amount of intent that he's got left. So I guess he still had that like blade edge. So he's got two edges and he's got the handle for his main sword.
Okay. So I wonder if this is going to be like, is he fusing Cloud Gouger and Antin into one sword, or is he going to turn it into two swords?
Yeah, I feel like I want two swords.
I don't know. Like, two swords would be cool, but then you'd also get, like, if it was one sword, like the fusion of both Cloud Gouger and Inten, so like the abilities combine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but like at the end, I'm just really happy because, like I was saying before, I always wanted this whole kind of like blacksmith arc to come and for Chihiro to surpass his dad. And I feel like people were saying like he doesn't need to surpass him, but like he wanted to,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. You know, your child, you know, you would want to surpass the person who you look up to or whatever, and finish his work or make it even more perfect. So I don't know. I feel like he'll probably make better blades, and I still want him to give one to Hakuri since Hakuri's in a spot where you know he's got a target on his back. Just Iso's and fucking brain blast is not going to do it when Soga's coming for him. Like he's gotta do more. So I low key feel like you know, we got this 4-day time skip, but I feel like when the next chapter comes out, it's gonna be, you know, 3 or 4 years later. Like I feel like we're gonna get a actual, you know, 4 years later time skip.
I don't know if it'll be that far, but I do think there will probably be a bigger skip.
Yeah. Well, so spoiler, I'm planning on making a video after this chapter for my thoughts on what part 2 can bring because, you know, this chapter ends with part 1 end. So for people who thought that Kagurabachi was like going to be done after this arc, like no, obviously, but also like we did get the end of an arc. So I yeah, I'm gonna make a video on my thoughts for like what part 2 could do. And one of the things that I want from a part 2 is the reason I said I think like a time skip of like 3 to 4 years is because I feel like we got to bring some more characters back into the fold. Like I want to see Char because Char, when she was introduced, she had an interest in sorcery, and I'm not saying that I want her to become a fighter and be on the front lines, but we don't know what it was about Rokuhira that allowed him to kind of like stabilize this Dachinseki. But Soga had a feeling that it was related to Char's family, you know, bloodline. And I wonder if it's possible that Kunishige had a friend who might have been from that same clan and did actually use, you know, some of their cells or their blood or something in that stabilizing process. And I can see Char not exactly becoming like Eri from My Hero, but sort of similar. Like maybe, you know, she didn't like it didn't work for Sogo because he was basically like forcing her to use, you know, he was chopping off limbs and stuff and ripping her skin off and using that in his experiments. But like maybe, you know, when he was reproducing the weapons, they were like blowing up and killing the sorcerers. But maybe when someone from her clan like willingly, you know, gives it away, like they want to help, maybe like if she donates her blood, then it would allow the process to like stabilize. And I'm thinking like maybe Chihiro, when he's doing this, he can't figure out what that final ingredient is. Like maybe he's making a new sword and it just doesn't work. Like it doesn't come out the way he wants. And he's like, damn, what is it? And then boom, the chemical X is Char's blood. But like it doesn't come super easy. Maybe he's like in, you know, in the room with everybody and he's like, I just can't figure out what it is. And then Char, you know, knowing why they wanted her is like, what if you tried using some of my blood? Kind of like offering it up. I want something like that to happen. It might not happen. I might just be this is just headcanon. But I feel like I want Char to be more important than she has been because we haven't seen her since like chapter 14.
Yeah.
And like she was being used to try and make these weapons, and now Chihiro is making these weapons. So I want to see more, and also just other characters. Like we need to see Hiyuki. We got to see what else Hakuri can do, and I feel like having a decent sized time skip would give that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure, you know, even if it isn't like a huge time skip, well, like if it's like a month or 6 months, um, I think that's fair because I don't feel like this is gonna be like a blacksmith training arc.
Yeah.
I think you know Chihiro grew up around this. He did learn how to do it. So I think this is more so him putting it into practice.
Well, there was it was just the Danseki. I don't think he I had to go back and look, but I don't think he really understood it. Like he knew his dad was a good blacksmith, but he didn't know that his dad was making fucking nukes.
Well, I
So
mean, wasn't he there when he made Inten?
Yeah, he was there, but I don't think he like knew what was going on. So he probably just like he probably didn't have a hand in crafting that sword himself. Like maybe like while his dad was making like incense, he probably was making something else. Or maybe like, he was like, all right, like he put the special ingredients together and was like, hey, I'm gonna go take a piss. You keep hammering this. But he didn't realize what he was like fucking he didn't he probably I don't think he knew he was handling a weapon of mass destruction. He probably just thought it was a sword for like a samurai and didn't pay attention to like all the ingredients that were put into this cake. He just knew like, yeah, we're baking cakes.
Uh,
That's my thought process.
I don't know. He might have known. He might not have.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't know that these swords were this strong, I don't think. Like his dad told him afterwards, after they were all crafted, like he brought them down into the wine cellar and was like, these are very fucking strong. And then people came and killed him and took those swords. And he finds out that there was one secretly hidden, and I feel like Soga, I mean not Soga, but Sheba probably told him like, yeah, these shits are very powerful. They're not just samurai swords. Like I don't know, there's stuff there. We'll see. It might happen, it might not, but this chapter definitely brings a lot of interesting things like this dark power. And like I don't want the dark power to become a thing, like a new like power system that everyone suddenly uses, like hockey. Um, but I would like to see it maybe once or twice. Maybe one of the other enchanted swordsmen that we haven't used has some sort of access to dark power. Obviously, So Good does, and Chihiro has seen it before. But like, I don't know. I'm wondering if since Chihiro says the enchanted blades have a sort of conceptual life, I wonder if in some way maybe these blades communicate to the users once they get to a certain point. Like maybe once the sword is like at the brink of death or whatever, or maybe well in Soga's case, his is always using that energy, but maybe once the sword gets to a certain point, like it can talk to its user. This is just another just random theory, headcanon type shit. But maybe these swords kind of tell people stuff, and Soga is always like listening to these voices, and maybe like Chihiro is like learning something from this kind of like voice of the sword as it's like dying or whatever.
So like Bleach.
Sort of, yeah, but I don't want it to be Bleach.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. One thing one thing I will say though is like if they do a time skip, I don't want fucking Chihiro to come out with a fucking funny mustache. Yeah.
Nah, he'd have a mullet.
A mullet, hell no.
Yeah, you don't. Every shonen character that gets a power up gets a mullet.
Nah, no way. Um, on I do like on page 6 when Chihiro comes to the room that they're in and he's like, we lost, but like you can just see his back. He looks a lot like his dad. Like they showed his dad from this like reverse POV a couple times and he looks just like him.
Yeah.
He's got like that big back and his fucking bushy hair. He looks just like his dad here. You think so you think Iori is gonna join? Like be gang or just she's just holding on to the sword as a memento?
Nah, she gonna be gang.
Man,
Absolutely.
that's tough, man. Because like I don't want her to get hurt.
No, but she's taking up that sword. She about to go fight.
Yeah, I feel like her dad died, and like he left her the sword as a way of like passing the torch, but also giving her that choice. Like if she wants to just not do anything, she can and just have something to remember her dad by. But like if she wants to do something about the world and try and make it a better place, like here you go, ultimate power.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell us she's a trained swordsman and then not have her fight.
True, but like a trained swordsman and fighting against fucking Hirohiko is two different things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see what the other characters are up to, like the rest of like the Hishaku, because now I kind of feel like the Hishaku is in a position like if they get absorbed by like Soga's Kaminabi, they don't like they all like some of them want chaos, like they want to fight, and they are like who he would normally target to kill because they're threats. So I feel like we almost got this like separate faction within. It's like we're with you but like we're not. We still want to do these bad things, and like the second we have a chance to take you out, we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because we got the Hishaku, the Kaminabi, and then the old Kaminabi who remained to be with Soga, and then the good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this one page, you think this is Chihiro as a baby? This page 12.
I don't know, cause like I kind of see like a similarity, but
Yeah.
at the same time, maybe that's Soga.
Yeah, that's what I
Probably
was
is
thinking at
Soga.
first. That's what I was thinking at first because like I don't know because like even then it's hard to say because he's talking about the curse like Samura was like he's gonna lift your curse too and he thinks of that and he goes curse what I got from the war was a lesson but like why would he be thinking of like this baby and it being Chihiro?
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe it's like the war that they ended. He was born into it, so it was like a long-reaching war.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We need the Soga backstory, man.
We really do.
We need the Soga backstory. We need to see what happened to Chihiro's mom.
Give us the
If
war backstory.
Yeah, we need that war, and we need to see a lot, man. But this chapter was banging, and I love just Chihiro thinking about all the people that he's kind of interacted with and fought with and clashed. All the people who he started this story out a swordsman, but also very green in the world. He didn't know what he didn't know who his father really was, behind outside of home.
Yeah.
He met so many other people who knew a different side of Kunishige and knew what he's done and what he created, and everyone had like a different opinion. So I love this page when it shows like all the characters. It's got Soga, not Soga, but what was his name? Um, what was Cloud Gouger guy's name? Um,
Oh,
damn it! What? Hold on, man. Cloud Gouger, Kagurabachi. Um, I can't believe I just forgot dude's name.
I can't believe I
Uh,
forgot it either.
Cloud Gouger, bro. Why are they not saying his name? Anti Sojo. Okay, Sojo. Yeah, because I was like, bro, I keep wanting to say Soga, but I'm like, bro, I know Soga is the big bad. Like,
They're
why is
too
that?
close together.
Yeah, man, I hate when they do that. Like JJK did that with fucking Todo, Gojo, Jogo, fucking so many.
Ghetto.
Yeah, Ghetto, fucking just so many names. There was like 12 names that were like Odo, O. So crazy. Yeah. So now yeah, but Sojo, and then you got fucking Hiyuki who knows something different, and Kiora, and that's just everybody fucking your father created this world. Like everybody had a different way of viewing his dad, and now he's just gotta like take all that in and make a new blade.
Well, it's not even like that's what I thought at first, but rereading it, it's not that he's taking that all in. It's he was trying to use Inten as his he thought he saw his father saw it. But as he, has gone through his journey so far, he saw all of these people who viewed these creations in a different light. And so now his idea is I have to see the world through my own eyes. He's going to craft the blade as he wants it to be intended instead of as he thinks his father intended.
Yeah, I like that. From here on in, I have to see the world through my own eyes. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I am here for Chihiro's journey. I can't wait for the next one, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the characters do.
Yep. Same.
Because I mean, we know Chihiro going level up and become a boss, but like, I want to see who else Soga has on his hit list besides Sakuri, and I imagine we're gonna meet, the other two swordsmen pretty soon. And excuse me, we still got, Uraha is still alive, and there's a lot of characters who like didn't die in that last arc. So it's like Hokuto and Natsuki and Uraha still probably have their like three-way, kind of feud that is gonna happen at some point. And I like that, like I love it when manga kind of have characters that have, besides the main character, I like when manga introduce characters who kind of have like a beef with another character, and they kind of bump heads and clash in one arc, but it doesn't end there and they fight again later. It's cool that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's better than like have introducing the character and then having them die in that arc, which happens a lot. So I like that there's other fights that we can look forward to besides, oh, I can't wait to see Chihiro fight Akamura again. No, I can't wait to see Hokuto, get back in the ring with whoever he's gonna fight, and stuff like that. There's so many strong characters in the series, and there's characters that we just haven't seen for a long time, and there's characters that we
Characters
just
we
haven't
haven't
seen at
seen at
all.
all.
Yeah, so there's a lot to look forward to, and I think part one of Kagurabachi has been a fucking banger.
Yeah. I'm wondering though, is it gonna go on like a short break? Is this gonna be a Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z thing, or is it gonna be a Chainsaw Man Part One to Part Two thing?
I think it's gonna be like, do you read Make the Exorcist Fall in Love?
No.
Okay. So I don't think it's going to be a break. I don't think it's going to be a thing where I really don't think it's going to be like a new name. I don't think we're going to get like Kagurabachi fucking two goldfish or whatever. I don't think we're getting a part two name or a Shippuden or anything like that, or a re. I think it's just going to continue, and it's just going to go like from like
But
the next chapter is just going to be next
yeah,
week.
yeah. That I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I said with like Chainsaw Man. The name didn't change in Chainsaw Man.
Oh
You
yeah,
said,
but it took a break though. It went away for like a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying I don't think anything is gonna happen. Like Make the Exorcist Fall in Love is now on like part. They're officially on like part 7, and that manga has like 100 chapters. Like the at the end of every arc, it goes like end of part 1, end of part 2, and then the next chapter comes out and it just starts the next arc. It doesn't like have a break or anything like that. So we're on like part 7 of that. So I think Kagurabachi is just gonna do the same thing. Like it's gonna be here next week, and it's just gonna be the first chapter, and it's gonna be brand spanking new. People are gonna be, clean. I'm expecting some sort of time skip, whether it's, a month or a couple of years or something. I think we're gonna see something from like, I don't think it's just gonna pick up from the next day, like Chihiro stands up like, huh, this sword's done, and then we just start killing people.
You're gonna
I
be
think it's
real upset when we get like or we see like a tweet tomorrow that's like, yeah, Kagurabachi is on break for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I think like, so I don't think we're gonna get a break, but if it is to happen, I think we'll find out in like 3 days. It'll just be, yeah, they're gonna announce it like the Shonen Jump like Twitter account or whatever is gonna be like, Kagurabachi won't be here for a month or something. I could see it. I think Chainsaw Man, when it happened, it was like part 1 over and it's gonna be on break. I think they announced it like within the chapter. I'd have to go back and look, but
Yeah.
yeah. If it is gonna be some sort of break, it's gonna be in a couple of days and we'll know, but I don't see it.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, you got anything else for this one?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, shit, then that's gonna do it, baby, for Big Bachi, Kagurabachi chapter 112. Part 1 is over now. Future. Now jumping into our final manga segment of the night, Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, chapter 22, Pathway of Souls. And how you feeling about this one?
Oh my. So a lot was discussed in this chapter. So let me hold off on the discussion, but I want to talk about Yuji because wow. He gets hit by an idol transfiguration, is about to get hit by a domain expansion, and then just instantaneously busts out of it and skewers Mahito. Like,
Yeah.
this is a completely different Yuji from the first time they fought. And it's like, as soon as Maru told him, like, he can't die, Yuji knew he didn't have to hold back, so he wasn't worried about it.
Yeah. This was fun to see, and like him shitting on Mahito and going like, "Damn, were you always this weak?" Like it feels good, and it just shows that Yuji's come a long way in like the 70 years. Like he's seen so much worse, like with the fight with Sukuna, and I mean, Mahito was terrible, but like at the end of the day, Nobara, survived, and like Nobara's death was a huge thing. Like when the way he thought she was dead, that was a huge like weight on Yuji. So like finding out she was alive, I guess, could kind of take away some of the pain and hatred that he would have for this character. I mean, he would still always hate him, but now it's just like he's just pathetic. So it's like
Yeah.
it just feels like he's just taking out the trash. Even like the way he just kind of plucks like his fucking face off, like he just plucks him with his thumb. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. And then Maru catches it just in his hands. Like he is so out of his depth with this fucking sorcery now. Like Mahito is outclassed
Yeah.
in so many ways. Like, bro did all this, and he knew he was gonna clap Yuji's cheeks, but nah, you're done, brother. It it's crazy. It just felt like it didn't even feel like Baito. Like he just doesn't have that threatening aura to him anymore. The way he got destroyed here. Like it felt like I was watching like a low tier villain.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I really enjoy though with this chapter how like Maru's plan is basically Kinjaku's plan, because when he got trans
Transfigured.
I can't talk. Oh my god! So when he got idol transfiguration from Mahito, the reason he couldn't use it is because he didn't have the cursed energy to use it. So he was trying to get Tengen to help or use his help for the great merger. But now they're kind of trying to do the reverse thing. So instead of turning everyone into sorcerers, is basically trying to make sure that nobody is a sorcerer, or at least no new sorcerers are born.
Yeah, that's what Yuki had wanted. So like her and Kenjaku had like opposing solutions for dealing with like cursed energy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is cool. And so like the culling games kind of served as a way of getting enough energy to complete that technique to kind of make everyone curse have become sorcerers and shit like that. And so like now this foreign energy source with the mole and the spaceship, and they're like, yep, we got enough energy to power this bitch, this bad boy now. So it's interesting to see. And I guess this is why like previous prior to last week's chapter, I saw a bunch of people talking about like the merger, and for a moment I was like, why are they saying that? But yeah, so merger is still on the table, and I guess I wonder like I had to go back, but I guess the Cullen Games is still technically going. Maybe like is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
that's what they were saying.
Yeah, like the game is still going because like when they beat Sukuna, like the shit never like they never was like congrats, the game is over, and like nothing's happened. Like Kenjaku was saying, the way the game was set up was that it would still run even after he dies. So like, yeah, like uh, I'm just gonna it's gonna like trip me out if somebody dies like when they like kill. Well, Mahito's not like here to die, so he wouldn't be considered a player. But basically, if like Deborah or Yuka die, if like a Kogane pops up and be like, "Here's 5 points," I'm gonna like lose my shit.
Oh my god.
It's like, bro, we've been in this pitch for 70 years. It's like this area has kind of just been designated. And like if that's the case, it's like, okay, I wonder what other rules have been implemented in the last like 70 years to the point where like it's not that big a deal. I mean, they designated this area as like ground zero, so no one can like come here.
Yeah,
But
and it's a bunch of cursed spirits in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like they maybe added a rule at some point during the game to like free up the other areas, like maybe like close colony 7 and focus, spawn more curses in Colony 4 and then close Colony 5. And, like they added some rules to make it so that the other areas of Japan are, habitable again. If this is just the one that no one can go to, like maybe because the Kogane, it had to like operate in a way that it would keep the game going. You couldn't make a rule that would cause the Kogane to like fuck itself over. So I wonder if they implemented a rule at some point to just like remove all the other colonies from the game, but make this one super dangerous. And that's just, besides having curses there, which people obviously can't fuck with, that just also is another reason like it's ground zero. And then they have people like Yuji going in there all the time and just like cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this whole process is cool, and they're talking about potentially making more people like Maru and Maki. I mean, not Maru, but Tsurugi and Maki and shit with heavenly restrictions by removing curse energy. And Yuji's thinking that he's gonna live for another 300 years and shit.
Yeah. So with the last two panels, the even if you eliminate cursed energy from the Japanese, cursed spirits will probably still be born. Do you think this is in relation to outside of Japan? Because they do say a lot of times that uh, pretty much Japan is the only place where jujutsu sorcerers are created. But we do have examples of people or sorcerers being from outside of Japan.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's probably referring to that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe like what's the black guy's name that Gojo beat up?
It starts with that.
Miguel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he's talking about cases like Miguel where like some people are in areas that are so like stressed out or whatever. There's, such a big amount of negativity in these other areas. Not as bad as Japan, no suicide forests and stuff like that, but like some other areas might still occasionally produce cursed spirits.
Yeah.
But I think even then, it's just like it would be on a much smaller scale than Japan. So like they would be able to handle it. And they probably just adapt and form like a new kind of task force that's kind of tasked with handling it or whatever. Or maybe they figure out some other way. I don't know. Because I mean if they're talking about removing it altogether from everyone besides the people who are already sorcerers, then it's like after about 80, 80 more years, there won't be any more sorcerers. But like if cursed spirits are still being born, then that would probably be a problem.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
new people to fight them, but they're still being born. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Yuji's kind of presenting a problem that like we as readers haven't like thought through. So like I'm expecting some sort of like cool, unique like scenario for him to like spit out at us next week. Cause even Maru's like, huh? I thought like we were on the right track. He's telling me like this thing we're gonna do is not gonna fix everything.
Yeah. Like basically right now it feels like it's like question mark plus question mark equals 27.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like we know the answer, but we don't have the information to get to the answer.
Yeah. And like I guess Yuji does know, and he's like, is this a case where he knows the answer, but he's like giving Maru a chance to figure it out? Like, is that what's happening? Like,
Maybe, or maybe he's just saying that and then he's about to explain.
yeah, yeah. I was wondering though, like once before we got closer to the end, I was like, yeah, if they start removing like cursed energy and stuff like that, like how is that going to affect this fight? Because like Dabura is still fighting Maharaga, and I felt like with last chapter, with them kind of panning over to this, I was thinking that something would happen, and maybe the ship would kind of like maybe blow up or something, and the debris would fly into the fight and maybe cause Dabura to get sidetracked or something. I feel like something that they're gonna do is going to affect the fight with Dabura and Yuka, and in some way. And I don't know what that way would be, but like at first they were talking about removing it from everybody, and it's like if you remove it from everybody, Dabura, loses his ability to use curse techniques in a fight with Baharaga. He just gets fucking shit stopped,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
no,
just suddenly
that
negated. And it's like, oh fuck, I can't do nothing. Like he just starts running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to see how their plan is going to affect the fight. And I guess, I mean, I feel like JJK only has like three to five chapters left. I know they announced that the next three chapters, this one included, I think. Let me see. Was this one included? Oh no. So the next three chapters are gonna have color pages. And this one didn't have a color page. So we got at least three more chapters after this.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
with it being a 3 volume series, I think some people were saying sometimes jump volumes go to 28. I thought 24, but we're on 22 now. So yeah, we got 3 to 6 chapters left, and then it's over. And I guess at this point, I'm thinking that we're just not going to see a Yuji fight. Like, I don't think it's something that we absolutely need, but Yuji
we
coming
saw a
back,
UG fight this chapter.
yeah,
Well,
that
and more
that
more of a
wasn't,
dog walking, but
yeah, that wasn't a fight. That was a fucking counterattack shit stomp. I mean, like Yuji throwing hands. I feel like a lot of people was probably expecting to see, Yuji work. This is more like a Yuji sneeze.
yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that. I still just want to know what the fuck happened with Tsurugi, because like we end the fight with Maru and Tsurugi, and then like the next time we see Tsurugi, he's on the ship with Yuji. It's like, well, how the fuck do we get here? This is crazy.
Yeah, they kind of just skipped over that.
Yeah, like I don't want the next chapter to just open and then Tsurugi's like good, and he's like, yeah. So what you guys decide to do? It's like, how do we get here, man? Please tell me something.
I thought you died.
Yeah, like, are you dead? Are y'all friends now? Like, what's the deal? Like, there's some stuff we gotta wrap up here with Maru and Deborah. And is Cross dead, or is he gonna like sit up in the seat and be like, damn, those fucking guns hurt? Yeah, like what's the deal?
Imagine being a super powered being and you get taken out by a gun.
Yeah, and like with this plan, I wonder how, like what the plan is for the whole like aliens coming to Earth thing. Like, are they? I mean, I guess that's what the fight is to settle. Like, if Deborah wins, like we stay here, and if Deborah loses, we GTFO.
Yeah.
And I guess now they probably have enough cursed energy. Like, especially if Yuji is there, he can probably like lend them some energy, and they got Yuta's ring, so maybe they can power the ship and bounce. Or like my first thought was like, if they get rid of cursed energy, like they literally can't take the ship nowhere. They just stuck here. Like, tough luck, we can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like, do they just designate this like ground zero area? You guys can have this, like aliens. You can just live here, since y'all fuck with these Kalians anyway.
Well, wasn't that what they were talking about? Like that was the whole deal.
To stay in the ground zero area.
Yeah, they said they'd stay there with them.
I don't remember that.
I could have
I
swore
don't
they
remember.
did.
I don't remember them saying they would stay like in the kind of like dangerous zone. But if so, then that's, yeah, I think it makes sense. I'd have to go back and look.
I don't know. The comments can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, yeah, please do. I'm probably wrong though. But yeah, good chapter. Just flipping through. Yeah, Mayuto just got shit on, man. Feels good, but it's also just crazy. He's just seeing him sweat like that, and Yuji's just like, huh. I'm worried I might accidentally kill him, and just, yeah.
I saw
Mayuto got shit.
people saying Yuji is on Gojo and Sukuna's level now, and I don't. I don't know about. He's definitely stronger than what he was, especially to the point where he can handle Mahito easily.
Yeah,
But I don't think we've actually seen him go against anything in verse that would come close to, uh, you know, Sukuna or Gojo.
yeah. I don't. I
And
don't.
they specified that like overall Jujutsu is weaker now because they haven't had, that kind of strength that Gojo had rise up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yuji is the strongest now, like in the verse. And there's probably, he still got like, Never mind. I was gonna say like Toto and stuff is still around, but Toto is a normal person who is 70 years old, so he's probably fucking decrepit and shit. So I mean, he's probably in good shape, but Yuji is still, got the body of like a 20-year-old at age
Yeah.
7. So like nobody that is alive can compete with Yuji, but besides being like having this undying body, he could probably still be killed. Like he probably just can't die to age right now, or just has a very long age. Like he said, he'll probably live for another 300 years if like they cut the cursed energy or whatever. But like he's the strongest now, but I don't think he would be able to beat like Gojo or Sukuna in a 1v1 right now. Sukuna literally took, like 30 niggas to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, like he was still not using everything in his bag. Like he wasn't using everything. There were still things that he could have done, I think. And same with Gojo. Like Gojo, like they were both fighting and they were, they both threw out stuff, but like during that fight, like Gojo was just wondering, like, oh, why is the Sukuna doing this? And it's like Sukuna Sukuna was tired and he had been fighting the gauntlet.
Yeah.
I don't think Yuji's touching on 1v1. If you were to plop Sukuna right here, like Yuji would lose.
Yeah.
But he is stronger than everyone else.
Everyone else alive right now.
Yeah, he is the strongest sorcerer alive, but he's not the strongest sorcerer in history.
That does bring into question, though, how would he fare against Maharaga now?
Yuji?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was probably it was like the big fight that I felt like people wanted was either Dabura and Yuji or like Yuji and Maharaga. Once Maharaga came into the picture, because it's like I guess people thought Dabura was just gonna get shit on, and then Yuka was gonna die from cancer in her brain or whatever, and then Maharaga kind of just like do whatever. But I'm still of the mind that like I don't think Yuji, unless you one shot it, it's like, like I said in the last episode, I think like you hit him with your spirit bomb. If you don't completely eradicate him, spirit bomb is useless. And Yuji wasn't ever known for having a bunch of techniques. Like he's got like 3 moves that we
Yeah.
know of. Actually, he ate his brothers. So he gained things like piercing blood, and we don't know what other abilities he got. Like he did explode his blood when he spit blood on Sukuna's face. He blew it up. So
Yeah.
he's got a couple of abilities, but like, is it enough? And are those enough to do to kill Maharaga? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maharaga's an extreme case. Like you need to hit him with multiple game enders. Like 12 finishing moves type shit, or just be the strongest like ever type shit.
Yeah. Like you gotta nuke him first shot.
Yeah. So I don't know if I got Yuji beating Maharaga, but people will probably argue in the comments, and feel free. That's up to you guys. Have fun with that. So
Would Yuji defeat Maharaga? Let us know.
yeah, yeah. I feel like most people would probably say he would, but I don't know. I just the way he works, man. I just don't see it. The way
Yeah.
Maharaga like is.
He's a little too cracked.
Yeah, and I do like that Yuji's like talking about like the negatives from removing cursed energy from everybody, because it's like they're taking away possibilities from the future, and using it as a power source and stuff like that. Like that, cursed techniques is good for the future type shit, but just what it comes with is a lot of negativity, curses spawning, and then people using those curse techniques for not good reasons. So it's like, yeah, let's just get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
But you just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway, baby.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested though to see what this at the end though, what he's talking about, like what's gonna happen, because Maru is like, huh? And I'm like, huh? So
I think we were all like, huh?
yeah, it's like you sold me and now you're telling me maybe I shouldn't do it. I was all aboard, baby.
What's the point of this conversation then?
Yeah, like what are we doing, Yuji? But I think that's gonna do it for me. You got anything else for this chapter?
Nah, that's it for me.
All right, baby, that's gonna do it for Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 22, Pathway of Souls. All right, you know how we like to do. At the end, we do Chapter of the Week in comments. So we'll talk about our favorite chapter and see if we agree. So I'll let you do the honors, Traffy. What was your favorite chapter this week?
So this one was actually difficult for me. So I know at the beginning of this video, I said a spoiler is going to be Centuria, but I kind of forgot that Kagurabachi and Modulo were stacked this week, and so I was kind of stuck between those two. Um, I think I have to go with Kagurabachi though. Modulo was great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I was kind of biased towards it because of Yuji absolutely dominating Mahito. Whereas Kagurabachi overall was just such a solid chapter that I just have to go with Kagurabachi.
Yeah, that's safe. Yeah, I'm in the same fucking boat, man. I'm like, man, what do I pick between Bachi and Kaisen? And like everything else was good. Like I really wanted to be like, yeah, Ichi the Witch, but like fucking Kaisen and fucking Bachi, man. What the hell? I almost want to just do a coin toss. Damn. I really the Yuji stuff was dope. Like Yuji just shitting on Mahito. That was fire. And he was talking that good shit. Talking telling Maru, about the plan, and we're learning so much about what they want to do in the future of Jujutsu Kaisen and the world and shit. And with Bachi, it's the end of part one, baby. Like what a big Bachi, man. I might have to go Bachi because it was a big chapter, and there's a lot of future and potential written in that one, man. I think I'm gonna agree with you and go Bachi this time. So
Well, looks like it was Bachi this week.
yeah, baby, Bachi sweep. So that's gonna do it for chapter of the week. And as usual, before we head out of here, I gotta read some of these comments from last week's episode because we actually got a good number of them, about 30 or 40 comments. So starting with at Strikerman7888, he says, "Don't forget Uroro to Kizashi that there's a rumor that magics can die if you destroy every molecule in their body." And yeah, I forgot all about that if that was a thing. So that was very good. I have to go back and read that. You don't remember that, right?
I don't. I
Okay. Yeah, because we were kind of talking like, hey,
3 chapters ago, and we can't remember it.
things have happened in 3 chapters. So yeah, I mean we got a lot of snow. We ain't do episodes and stuff like that. So we gonna cut us some slack. But yeah, that's good because we've been talking about like, oh man, I wonder if like magics can be like fully killed or if it's just their trials or whatever. So confirmation right there, they can be vaporized. Another comment from at Tiberius. Damn, Yato really got that voice that will make you shoot the silk milk. Okay,
Why did you have to read that one? Come on now.
because that one was a great comment. Shout out to Tiberius. Let's
Crazy.
see. Let's see. Here we go from at Parlay Miles 2064. Butt fart dude is a mix of Will o Wisp and Jack o' Lantern stories, and I'm mad that I didn't catch that because his name is fucking Jack Wisp. Um, so yeah, I feel very stupid for not catching that. Let's see. At Roan2574 found the channel a few weeks ago, goaded, but found out Yato got me blocked on Twitter. Heartbreak. Thanks for commenting and supporting our channel. It's funny as hell that I had you blocked. I think we already communicated in the comments. I block people for posting spoilers on Twitter and shit, and also just being an asshole. So not sure if he did that, but he said he was a spoiler guy, so I blocked him. He has now been unblocked because I'll unblock people if they're not assholes. But let's see. Last comment is one that I want to hear Traffy's words on because we haven't talked about it. So, last comment from at Spadero. You might have mentioned them in a chapter. I didn't check. So, sorry if that's the case. Can we get your thoughts on the new batch? I only saw Yato's on Kinato. I personally thought this first chapter of Alien Headbutt rocks. So, Traffy, any words for the new batch?
No, I haven't read the new batch yet.
And you hear it here first. Traffy is a fucking fraud.
Look, I've been reading New Ways Exorcist, trying to catch up on that.
Fuck
That's my
New
excuse.
Ways. To hell with New Ways. He's a fraud. So my thoughts is the batch's peak. Under Doctor, I think, is the weakest of the bunch. And it's good though. action comedies kind of just start at like a 3 for me. I was saying this in a group chat that like stuff like Sakamoto Days, like they have to do a lot of work to get me to be like really in there. And like it's kind of like an action comedy gag, not a gag thing, but like the main character is a underworld doctor and he fights by like hitting pressure points and also being like a doctor. And I want more medical stuff from it. It's good so far, but it's not like grabbing me. So I wanted to do more. Today was I think chapter 4, but it's not like yanking me yet. Um
Pause.
Kineto's I think is very special though. I feel like if it's up to me, we'll cover Kineto's on the show. I'm still trying to get Knox and Traffy to read it because I think it's very good. The best new manga, in my opinion, that I've read in a while, like from Jump. Um, very fun. Love all the characters, and I think it's going to go far. And Alien Headbutt is also peak. If you follow me on Twitter, I have been saying that I'm happy that we finally got Demon Ball because a while ago I was saying that Jump always axes every sports series, and the only thing that we can get is an exorcism series. So we just need to combine the two and have Demon Ball. And when Alien Headbutt got announced, I declared that this is my new Demon Ball because aliens are supernatural, which is also where aliens fall into, and wrestling is a sport. So I am putting that in the Demon Ball category. So Demon Ball is fucking peak. Um, the main character is fucking cool, and
That's
he's a
quite a
wrestler.
stretch.
Yeah, but we making it work. We stretching it, we yanking it, and it's working. Demon Ball's peak. Main character is really cool. He's a lot of fun, and he's whooping the shit out of aliens. That shit. You should also read Traffic. Anybody who's listening to this, read Demon Ball. I mean, that's not even the name of it. Read Alien Headbutt and read Kineto's Magic and read Under Doctor too if you want. But I think you should absolutely 110% read Kineto's Magic because it's very good. And they even got baddies in there, bro. Like real baddies. Alien Headbutt's fucking cool too. It's got fucking JoJo posing aliens, and the main character is just leg twisting them and breaking their legs and fucking lariating and power bombing them. He beating the shit out of these guys. This shit I think is gonna be good. So yeah, that's gonna do for comments. Since Straffy ain't reading none of the new bats because he sucks and Knox ain't here. He ain't
Oh,
reading new bats
damn.
either. Don't let him lie. If you see him on Twitter, check Knox on Twitter because when he starts tweeting about it, call him a fraud. Um, but yeah, baby, that's gonna do it. This was the comments and chapters and all that good stuff. We ain't even gonna make a break. We just gonna roll straight into it. Thank you for watching, baby. This was Shonen Pulse, episode 51. We talked about lots of manga and hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe, share, join the members or whatever. Patreon. We got memberships on here. If you want to hit us up someplace, we also on Twitter, pretty active. I'm active. I don't know about Traffic. Traffic be slacking, man. So hit me up.
Damn.
And then if you need to get in contact with Traffy, I'll reach out to Traffy on your behalf.
Be going
So
to it.
yeah. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We're gonna head up out of here. If you got comments, drop them down below and I'll read them next week, baby. Holla.